are you?
Good. It's been a busy day, but good.
Yeah, good. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that was my yesterday. I was so busy.
Really?
Yeah, and then now I'm just catching up on work. This past weekend, I went on my retreat. So now I'm just like have a lot of catching up to do. But it's
Oh,
good.
fun.
Yeah.
That's so cool. But yeah, definitely understand too, like having to catch up on all the things.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
How did the past week go for you?
Really good.
Really?
Really good. Yeah. I and like we talked a bit last week about like my diet goals and health and movement and stuff like that, and that the retreat, that was my intention going into the retreat, and that's really what happened. I feel different, and I woke up early every day and we did group yoga at like 7 in the morning, and that's what I one of my goals is to do, like yoga and movement in the mornings. And as far as diet goes, we ate, it was the most delicious, cleanest, most intentional, like vegan food I've ever eaten. But it was like spaghetti, French toast, pancakes, nachos, and a lot of the women there aren't vegan and don't eat like clean at all really, and don't really like tofu and, stuff like that, or mushrooms a lot. But it was the best food they've ever had too. It was just like so good. So anyway, that set me up like just for all of my goals. It was literally just what I needed to like really put forth like all the energy, and it was amazing. So I'm feeling really great. I've and not that weight matters, but I felt like lighter, and I since before the retreat, so last week, I've lost 6 pounds, which is crazy. But that, yeah. I'm like, okay, like just the retreat, just I was there for 4 days and I lost 4 pounds. But yeah, I was like, I feel so good. One of my goals was to eat breakfast, and we ate breakfast every day. Um, so yeah. And then yesterday and today, I ate more like a substantial breakfast. I actually had yesterday I had like curry, and today I had curry again actually, but different kinds. Like a more like like something I'd eat like for lunch or dinner, like kind of like a really good meal to start my day, and I really liked that. I've never really done, not breakfast food, I guess. But yeah, it's like sustained me, and I don't feel like I need to snack or overeat at lunch or dinner, at least for the last couple of days. So
Mm.
so yeah, feeling really good.
Wow, that's incredible. I wish I would have gone.
I it was their first retreat. It was Jenny and Andy, their retreat that they put on. It was their first one, and it was so great. I think it went really well. And they want to do more retreats and stuff. Are you planning on moving back after your travels? Are you coming back here? Or you don't know. I can't remember what we talked about.
I don't know.
Just wherever the world takes you.
Yes, that. But I'll at
I
least come
love
back and
that.
visit for sure.
Yeah, yeah, good. Good. But yeah, I think that they'll do more too, so maybe you can come back for one of the retreats or something too.
Yeah,
Mm.
how fun. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad you had such a good time. And it's crazy how it aligned with all your current goals already.
Right? I was like, "This is perfect." Yeah, it was so nice, and she wanted me to take photos and do photography there. So in exchange for going to the retreat, I did photos. So it was like a swap, so I didn't have, yeah. And it was definitely a balance because of like really kind of letting go and being in the moment, but also kind of working. So it kind of like was a juggling act, but it was fun. And it was like, yeah, it was so good. It was so good. So yeah, that was really cool.
Wow, that's so cool. And it
Yeah.
was perfect timing too. It was like right after our first session,
Yeah,
probably like a little momentum kick for the next 3
for
weeks.
sure. For sure. That's exactly what it was. I just feel so ready because I've eaten clean, like super clean for like a couple of years. And then but also wasn't energetically okay and still like lots of medications and didn't, and had lots of blocks. So I feel like now I've done a lot of work and I'm ready to like put the, energetically be ready, like where I'm all aligned with like what I want, what my body needs, and my intentions and all of that. So yeah, it was a great, boost to the start of like my goals and what I want to do now. Yeah, serendipitous for sure.
Wow, that's so cool. I'm proud of you for going to that.
Yeah,
And yeah,
thank you.
just into the little action plan. How did everything go with um the greeting him when he gets home and any
Good.
boundaries around that?
No, that it was really good. Like, so he came home and like I talked about it and like the intention, like I just want us to take a moment and he was all for it. So we did that each day. And then on the retreat, actually, the last thing we did as a group was a hugging ceremony where you have to receive a hug. So there's like half of the women give each other hugs and you kind of rotate and they'll hug you and you close your eyes and you can't hug back. You're just receiving, which is it was really hard not to like cuz we're always giving, you know. We never like just receive. So it was really emotional and we're like crying and then it's your turn to like give your hug. So that was also amazing because then I came home and like he took it another step with him where I just want him to like receive my hug and vice versa and then hug each other. So it was like that was also serendipitous, like like just even right? Isn't that weird? I was like, oh my gosh, okay, cool. It was like all the tools that I like needed. So, so yeah.
That is funny. I love that.
Mhm.
Yeah, totally like synchronicity feels like.
Mhm.
That's so crazy.
Yep. Yep. And we did like a lot of rituals with like shadow work and like we had pucks, like little wooden cylinders or whatever, and we wrote what we wanted to get rid of and threw it in the fire at night. And one of the things was like resentment and stuff like towards my husband and like that underlying like anger, sometimes and so I just feel like new in that aspect too, like with him. And I think like he feels it. And of course, I talked to him about the retreat and everything. And I think he feels that I feel different, like I'm just like more energetic. I feel good. I feel happy. I feel like a weight is lifted. And I felt a shift in him as well. So I feel like this forward progress, like he seems happier. I don't know if he did his own kind of knowing that I'm doing a retreat, like maybe what, I haven't talked about, anything like that. But yeah, he did some things around his house that he hasn't gotten to. So he kind of like worked in that way. And yeah. So I'm just like, it's so good, and it's so hard to come home to, like, reality after being in that space, where it's just, like, really feels so good by the end of, like, the weekend, and you've let go and done so much work, and you really feel like you're just, like, vibing at a higher self. And so coming into your space because nobody else has like done the work that type of work and stuff and jumped that much over the weekend. So like coming in, like I didn't have high expectations or anything, and so it was cool that I felt that from him, and he felt really good. And yeah, it's been good. So now it's just about sustaining it. It's like I'm always ready for that, like, you know, okay, how did I get here? I'm eating pizza on my couch like I was doing so good. But I feel like I'm just ready to, like, keep it up and have, like, realistic expectations. So I'm not, like, yeah, just intuitively, like, cleaner. I went grocery shopping today, and yeah, I just feel good in my space too. So yeah, hugging and my husband and greeting, good. That was I talk a lot about I just go off, but yeah, so that's good. Can't remember
Wow.
what else was on the list.
Can't remember what else? Sorry.
Oh, I'm just looking at the action plan. I really like the text. It's so easy to pull up, like like, "Hey, what was it? Check in. Yes, yes, yes." Yeah, I really like it.
Good.
But yeah,
I'm
so
so
I've been writing stuff down and journaling, and kind of checking things off my list, and I made my list for tomorrow. And since, like, something I wanna do is, like, wake up and do yoga and meditate and stuff, I put it on my for the rest of the week too on those days. So, yeah, I'm finding a rhythm, and I'm kinder to myself about my house and chores and what clean means to me. So, before I got up and worked a little bit, and then, like, cleaned my downstairs and made it like a workout kind of thing. Like, "Okay, I'm gonna take 10 minutes and I'm gonna, like, clean it up." And that worked really well for me. And I got, like, moving, and yeah. So, yeah, I'm finding that, like, rhythm of cleaning and what feels okay to, like, do the rest and not, like, feel weighted down by what else I have to do. So
wow. This makes me so happy right now, all of this. I love that. Can I ask you, because you mentioned something, my mind like grabbed on it, that I wanted to ask you. Is that okay before we dive into today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
I feel like all of us should all ask ourselves this after vacation.
You're kind of breaking up. Oh, you froze a little bit.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're kind of, like, pixelated, and it's kind of been going in and out, but it's been fine, but you kinda broke up.
Oh, weird. Let me switch to my hotspot real quick.
Okay.
Work with me, come on. Okay, am I back?
Yep.
Sorry, I just switched to my
No,
hotspot. The Wi-Fi here is being
no, it's
so weird.
oh, weird. Yeah, it's a little delayed, but I can see you and stuff and hear
Weird.
you.
Well, let me know if it does it again.
Okay.
So weird. Yeah, I was just curious, like, how you could bring that energy from the retreat into your reality in a realistic way, like you mentioned.
Mhm. Definitely food, because I just, like, really enjoy the intention and the food, and I don't know the different components. It's like the way I'm, like, designed to eat. Like, I've looked at my human design, so I'm like so yeah, I was like, that was an important thing to buy food instead of just eating what's already in my house. So I still had some, like, healthy stuff yesterday and had a really good dinner, and I made choices, like, we had, salmon with green beans and, like, corn on the cob or something, but I didn't put butter on my corn, and I didn't use, like, any sauce or ranch or anything for my salmon. I just ate it as it was. So and my brother caught it fishing, so, like, I know where it came from, and and all that. So and it was totally fine. Like I didn't need that sauce or that butter or, just eating things more like intentionally or whatever. So that's one way I've kind of brought it into my home. And then today I went grocery shopping and got like clean ingredients and so yeah, and learned I used to like make smoothies like every day, and then if I like drank a smoothie, I would feel like if I thought about smoothie, I was like, bleh. I've like drank so many smoothies, like I can't have another smoothie. So took a break from smoothies, and then we made some there, and so it's kind of gotten me back in it. So she recommended like making them in mason jars, and she just does it all for like an hour or so, makes a bunch of smoothies, freezes them. And then, so that's something that I'm doing. I got all my smoothie stuff, so I'm going to do that. So it was like definitely the food. When I got home, I started drinking. I had a glass I just poured myself an orange juice and started drinking it. And I wasn't like really thinking about anything. And then I can't even really explain it, but I like energetically fell off. And I was like, what the heck? Like, and the orange juice was like kind of the first thing that I drank that's kind of like processed and had, so I think that my body actually reacted to that. So now I just feel different where my body doesn't really want food like that. So yeah, food is a big one that I want to bring into my space. And just like the intention of, I don't know, really like listening and speaking like from my heart and holding space, and even the littlest moments like with my husband and kids, because you do that with other people, especially like in a retreat, you're really like there, so I want to be more present and kind. And I think maybe I talked about that last week, but so I want to bring that into my home more as well. and then with waking up and doing yoga like I did on the retreat as well, and journaling too. So yeah.
Perfect. I love that. And what's on your heart to talk about for today's session?
I thought about it. I don't know. I feel so good. I'm like, I know there's something. It's like exciting to like do shadow work and then feel so good. I'm like, hey, what else is there? Or like what else is like in my space? So I think like since we are reading the book, It's Not Your Money, like that's one thing, like I feel like I haven't had time and I didn't read the last chapter, and I do have like space in my like room and my closet that I still want to like, I feel kind of the weight of it, even though I feel fine. Doesn't have to do with my day-to-day thing, but it is one thing that I really want to find time to do, clean out something, like lighten my home load, I guess. So that's one of my goals for this upcoming week, if I had like to add something.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just a reminder too, you can bring anything you want to the session, whether it's like emotional, spiritual, financial, or it can be just like goals that you have. So yeah, whatever is on your heart, we can totally talk about, work through.
One other goal, actually, it's kind of little, and lots of people do this, but one of my goals that I wrote down is not wearing makeup, even when I have to work or do an event or something. So, and I have like my kids have an event at the school, and so like all the parents and teachers will be there this weekend. It's like a carnival. And so I'm like I'm not going, and like I live in, everyone wears makeup and has Botox and which is totally fine. Like I may very well do that someday, but right, I'm just really like, I don't know, one of my things that I threw in the fire was feeling like, not beautiful and just naturally, or less than in certain situations and stuff. And I just like don't want to feel that way. I just want to feel like good. So I had a photo shoot yesterday, and I wear really light makeup anyway, just like foundation and mascara. Like I don't really do a lot anyway. So I was like, I might as well just not. I just want to cleanse my face. I don't want to feel like I have to like, I don't know, put on makeup. And I know in certain situations it kind of like, I don't know. I feel like in our society, especially when you're at work, you're more professional somehow or something. And I don't like that has nothing to do like they can tell by like my work ethic and how I am with them and what I'm doing, not my face. And so I really felt that yesterday. We went to like 3 locations. I met a lot of people and I felt really good. I didn't feel like I needed makeup on. So it's like that's one little goal that I have for this week is to not, no matter what I'm doing, not wear makeup.
I like that a lot.
Mhm.
And thinking about these 2 new goals, which one do you think would help you more right now to focus on?
Honestly, I think the makeup one. I don't know why. I just because I'm like eating cleaner, like what I'm putting inside, and I want to be cleaner outside. So I've just been doing like I have vitamin C, like I have my kind of light oils that I've been putting on like in the morning, and I just feel really good. It feels fresh and I feel light. I feel like energetically when I put on makeup sometimes, it's like it feels kind of heavy. So in this, like I feel just lighter. And so I think that I feel better when I'm not wearing it right now.
Hmm. Yeah, I love that. Okay. And what would you like to walk away from the session with?
Hmm. I don't know. Like I just like I guess as usual. just the just like yeah, talking about it, having the text with kind of like cuz it's really like focuses, you know? Like from day to day I have like my list and I still do like the 3 things for work and the 3 things for myself. I really like that. I'm still doing that. It's so helpful. Um so yeah, and then your text message with just like the focus really helps. So I like walking away with that. And it's like I'll like talk about it during our session and then it's like almost out of my head like, "Wait, what was my focus?" Because so I like walking away with that, with like a focus.
Perfect. Okay. And where do you want to start in terms of this goal of not wearing makeup and being clean on the inside and the outside?
Mm. I don't know, I think that like today with like going and like getting food. I know tonight I have the goal of making my smoothies tonight so that I don't have to like I know in the morning I'll be like, "Eh, maybe I don't want to like cuz you wash all the ingredients, put them in, all that stuff." So one of my goals is to make kind of prep for the week. And then yeah, as far as like makeup and my skin is like to do my face treatments and stuff.
Okay, perfect. Making your smoothies ahead of time, prepping for the week, and doing your facial treatments.
Mhm.
That sounds great. What does it look like to try out this goal moving forward? Like, is it specifically no makeup? Is it like a skincare routine? Like, if you were to define like consistently over time, like what does it look like to embody this goal?
Mm. Yeah, I think like skincare routine. I think that's what I was calling it. Because even like eventually I'll put makeup on again. I'm never gonna not ever wear it again. But um yeah, I think just like I just want to like refresh my face and my skin without putting anything on it for a while. So yeah, a skin routine.
Yeah, that sounds great. And what does the skin routine look like week to week
Um,
or day by day?
in the morning and before bed, I have, like, ointments that I just, like, kinda put on my face, and that's it. And
Oh,
sometimes I'll just, like, have my skin rest, and I don't do anything to it. I don't want it to, like, need something, you know? Kind of, like, be okay, like, in itself. Like, I don't wanna use too like, really a lot of oil, and then it naturally just dries out because it wants the oil, you know? So I just
mm,
kind of, like when I feel like I need it, I just put on a little, like, ointment in the morning or night. It's like serums, I guess, but that's it. And then just yeah, not doing anything.
mm, yeah, that sounds great. And do you feel like anything could get in the way of this skincare routine?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. And is there anything deeper underneath this desire to kind of take a break from the makeup and feel beautiful naturally and things like that?
Yeah, I think, like I think the men in my family, like my dad and my grandpa, who is a father figure, like, would always it's not that they said that I wasn't pretty, I know that they know that I'm beautiful, but they would say that I'm pretty, um, when I was like if I lose a lot of weight and I'm obviously thinner, that's when they're like, "Oh, you look so good." That's when they comment on my looks. Or if I, like, dye my hair, like, I dyed my hair, like, my natural kind of brown color, and my grandma's like, "Oh, I think you look better blonde," which is whatever, but, just comments like that. So then it's, like, in my head, like, "Oh, they don't think I'm pretty, I have brown hair," or I'm, like, 20 pounds heavier, and so they don't think I'm prettier, you know? It's like only commenting when you look a certain way, so therefore, when you don't look that way, you don't get that same kind of, I don't know, words about your looks or anything. So definitely there. And then just like friends and everyone like focusing so much on their looks. Like, "Oh, I'm big, I'm yada yada," and it's so hard to be like, "Well, I'm fine in my body," without making them feel like, you know, triggered by how good you feel, so it's like and it's a balance of not also feeding into the negativity, like, "Oh, yeah, me too, girl. I'm, like, 20 but," like, so I don't want to, like so, yeah, that's kind of the deeper thing. I just don't even I wanna be like, don't I don't know, like, when you, like, see because you don't wear a lot of makeup, like and it makes me, like, from an outsider point of view, like, it feels beautiful being herself. She's, like, comfortable, like, we all have insecurities, but there's, like, when you see somebody in there, it's like, I don't know, I guess I just wanna be, like, seen like that as well. Just, like, I don't know, I think part of my thing is I feel so different on the inside and in my home than I do outside and with friends, and I kinda just wanna be like, "This is me, this is how I am at home. I don't wear makeup. I don't, like, go to the grocery store with makeup on. I don't do so why am I putting it on to be around friends or go to, like, an event?" I just wanna be more, like, authentically myself more often, even when I'm around people, because it really doesn't matter, you know, what they think, and I don't like those judgments of, like, thinking, "Oh, she's insecure because she wears a lot of makeup, like, it's caked on, and she gets all this." Because I mean, we all know that we all are insecure anyway, but I don't like that, and I don't want people to think that about me, or I just don't really wanna worry about it. I don't know. It's really like, yeah, I don't know, I should journal about it. It just like, yeah, it doesn't sound very nice. I feel like I sound like judgmental. I don't ever like look at somebody and think that they're like I'm like, "Oh, she's really insecure because she has Botox and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, she like feels beautiful when she does this. Like, I genuinely think that, you know? So I think that, I guess it's mostly for me just feeling more authentic all the time. And I don't like wearing a lot of makeup, so I'm not going to do it because other people might think that I look prettier with it.
Mm, totally. What do you think? What's like the story that's playing out in your mind, maybe from this whole situation, from like the family pointing out the
Mhm.
compliments? Like, what's that story going on?
Mhm. It's like, I don't know, because I also feel like when I wear makeup, they think, I don't know, like, I had, like, I think it was like Thanksgiving or something, and I had a brother-in-law like ask why, like it was me and my sister were sitting there. He's like, "Why do you guys wear makeup?" Like, and that was weird, you know? Like, "'Cause I'm insecure and I don't like my skin. I don't know, what do you want me to say?" Like, it was just so, like, being called out, you know? And, like, in that moment, I was like, "Well, because I don't feel pretty, like, at my dad's house," I guess. And at my mom's house, they're divorced. And at my mom's house, my mom doesn't feel pretty no matter what, and I look like my mom. So that's another thing too, like, well, if my mom doesn't think she's pretty, then so so yeah, and I just wanna be, like, naturally, especially, like, for my daughter, like, you don't need she likes to play with makeup and she thinks it's fun, and it's like she said the other day, like, "Oh, I wanna do makeup, I'm prettier with it." And I was like, "Whoa." And we always have the talk, like, when she got it for her birthday, like, just the kids, you know, and I was like, "First off, before you put this on, it's just a fun thing, it doesn't make you, like, prettier or any like, you're pretty just like, the way that you are, and this is just fun to put on sometimes." Like, I've talked to her about it, but she still, like, feels prettier with it, and I was like, "Hmm." And I like, it does, like, kind of make you pop, like, I can see why a little girl and, like, princesses and, like, when you wear makeup, it's like it just enhances your natural features, you know?
Mm,
So, I don't think makeup is a bad thing. I just for me personally, I just wanna feel more natural. I think just, like, with what I'm bringing in, the food I'm eating, just my movement and how I am, like, in my space, I just wanna be more authentic that way right now, at least. Like, I don't know if, I'll find a makeup brand that I really like that's light and, you know, but yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
It's, like,
Nice.
crazy how such, like, a little thing like makeup has such deep-rooted deep-rooted stuff.
And totally. Yeah. I feel like everything has almost everything maybe
Yeah.
has like something
Mhm,
there's something under there. I'm always like curious, like what is that?
mhm.
I
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
turn my coach brain off outside. Yeah, but in my head, I'm always like, I wonder why they do that. I'm like, Cindy,
Mhm.
just be normal right now. Oh, okay. Well, that's so interesting. So, what's the new story around natural beauty and makeup that you would like to create?
Hmm. Like, I guess just more confidence, like, not even feeling the need, because I feel like just like when my mom doesn't think she's beautiful, I'm like, "Oh, I'm not beautiful because of these things," or, so I feel like if I'm like that, maybe, like, the people around me, like my friends, will kind of look at themselves differently too. I think that it, like, also, like, kind of means more, I guess. Like, you don't have to, like, and especially, like, energetically, I feel good, like, it's not just your face that makes you, like, beautiful or people wanna be around you or that you're successful or anything like that, that kind of society is, like, kind of said. and I think that it's changing, but so yeah, to me, like it just feels good. Like I honestly like almost like not even a comment about it. Like no one's saying, "Oh, you're not wearing makeup." Just nothing. It just is. Like if it was like my way, it wouldn't even be commented on. It wouldn't matter. It's just, you know. And yeah, yesterday when I got home from the retreat, my friend was actually walking by and she was like, how, and I didn't have makeup on or anything. And she was like, how are you so pretty just standing here? Without like you just drove for how many hours and you're in like the mountains and stuff. And so that was nice because I didn't like, it is like nice to be called you're pretty without makeup. But if I'm out and I always have makeup on when I'm around most people, then that's not even like an opportunity for them to call me beautiful without it either. So like, I don't know. So maybe I'm just kind of shut that door on even receiving, you know, nice comments about my looks or whatever. If they do come, whatever, I don't expect them or anything, but that can't even happen if I'm not authentically just my face either. So yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
I feel like you were just psychoanalyzing yourself.
Yeah, I
That
was.
was so funny. You're so funny. I love this so much. You mentioned the confidence was kind of
Mhm.
the story. What do you think would have to shift within you to embody the confidence, say with or without the products?
Mhm. I think it's really from the inside out. I think it's food. So I think no matter what, like, and movement, it's like my 2 things that I'm working on, that without those, I'd probably just feel like I would need makeup at least because I don't feel good. So it's like feeling good and just like, yeah, feeling good and like that movement and like looking healthy. That's really what I want. I don't wanna, like, need to, because for me, it's like I put makeup on a lot of the times to, like, I'm like, "Oh, I look really good." And I don't wanna have to need that to look in the mirror and say, "Oh my gosh, I look really good." I just wanna, like, glow naturally. I wanna eat better, be more active, and feel better, and I feel like it will just show where I don't feel the need to, yeah, wear makeup to hide the fact that I'm not glowing. When I do wear makeup, I want to be like glowing and stuff. And it's just like a nice thing to like put on for like a special occasion or if I am like going to work or something, but it's just because it's fun and I like it. It's not to like mask not feeling good and having healthy skin and stuff. I don't want it to be a mask. I want it to be for fun.
Mm, that makes so much sense. I can
Mhm,
relate to much of that as well.
mhm,
Okay, yeah. And thinking about how you are noticing it's from the inside out,
mhm,
what, like, out of what we've worked on so far, like, what do you really want to take through the next 3 weeks
mm.
in terms of these goals?
Right, just like sustaining them. I just wanna keep up. I like the check-ins and I like everything because I don't wanna be like or have that, let that insecure moment make me, like, put makeup on my face. Yeah. What was your question?
No, you kind of answered it.
Okay,
Just
good.
you kind of answered it. Yeah, just sustaining the goals of like the movement, the clean eating,
Mhm.
less
Yeah,
makeup. I
yep,
love
just keep it up. Just, like, yeah, making my, like, list and, like, what I want to do and doing it and not kind of like falling off the tracks.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. Just taking some notes. Is there anything else around the confidence and makeup stuff that you want to dig into?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe something will come up this week that we can touch on next week, but nothing's coming up to add.
Did you say sad?
Yeah, to, to add.
You're so funny. Okay, that sounds great. Yeah, if you feel complete around working through that coaching request around the confidence and just less makeup and wanting to feel more like authentic, like you don't need it as a mask. Yeah, I love that. I'm sure that will be very inspiring for anyone watching these sessions.
Yeah. You're beautiful.
This is a public service announcement. We interrupt the speaking session with an important message. That's awesome. Well, where do you want to go from here? Do you want to do closing questions? Is there anything else?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
we're always like run out of time and then have to add. So I think we're like actually did perfect timing.
Yeah.
I didn't talk as much. I always like talk so much. But no, we're perfect. Yeah, we can do closing questions.
Okay, that sounds great. And yeah, I don't think you talk too much. I think that everyone else talks as much as you. And I think
Oh, good.
probably partially because we don't get such active listening. Like at my training, we're like, do not interrupt ever and let them talk as long as they want. I had someone go 20 minutes once. And
Oh, wow.
I just was like, she needs this. She doesn't get this. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, let's do it.
Wow.
So
Okay, good.
you
Yeah.
are fine, promise you. You are totally fine. I always feel that way too when I'm in a coaching session. I'm like, I just went on a tangent and they're like, but it always happens, so it's okay. I was like, oh, right. I don't get this much pure presence, like, except your coaching. Like, oh, yeah, anyway. Now I feel so going on a tangent. So how do you feel around like what we talked through? You're feeling pretty complete around it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, for sure.
And is there anything new that you learned about yourself today?
Probably like some, like when I was talking about wearing it like more as a mask because I'm not healthy instead of being healthy and wearing it just because. I don't think I've ever like said that or come to that kind of conclusion, or like giving people the opportunity to say that I'm beautiful when I'm not wearing makeup, because I'm never not wearing it in bigger, around people, really. And I've kind of done it, like won't wear makeup to like a few things, but never like, I don't know, to all the things. I always kind of like pick and choose. And now I'm just like, why not all the things? Let's just like challenge yourself, see what comes up to work through. So yeah, there's definitely a couple tidbits in there that I was like, oh, it was like nice to talk, to figure it out, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. And anything new you learned about internal stories or like just the situation overall in general?
Kind of just, kind of my last answer. I think I've always like kind of known that it's like family comes from like, I don't know, like what your family thinks about you, kind of, when you kind of tell yourself that. So, and I think I've like kind of like known that, but haven't really played with the idea of, I don't know, not wearing makeup and just being yourself. Like, I don't think I've ever, maybe like once or twice or camping, but I don't think I've ever gone to my dad's house without makeup on. So, yeah, I guess that.
Okay. Perfect. And is there anything around this subject specifically that you want to make an action plan for the next week?
I think, yeah, just not wearing makeup and just doing my skin routine.
Okay. Perfect. And how will you work on this while including like that mindful movement and the clean eating that makes you feel so good?
I think, like, yeah, waking up. My goal is to wake up like around 7, and my kids usually aren't awake by then. So, getting up, doing kind of my face stuff if it needs it, and then going into yoga to start the day. So, I'll kind of do them together.
Perfect. Okay. And do you want to include anything around the clean eating part or just kind of do that intuitively?
Yeah, do that intuitively.
Okay. Perfect. Did you happen to try Sleep Cycle? I've been dying
Yeah,
to ask you.
I did.
Really?
Yeah, I really like it. I've used it all week. I like that it like slowly wakes you up, and I like the ring. It's like nice and you just tap the table. I don't know. It's that one, right? Did I download the right one? I think.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay. Yeah.
It wakes you up in that like half-hour window.
Yep. It's like, yep, 7 to 7:30, like or whatever. So tomorrow I'm gonna challenge and do 6:30 to 7, which I did all weekend at the retreat. I woke up at 7 because yoga was at like 7:20 or whatever. But so yeah, so I want to do that here as well. Just like that half-hour change. And maybe, yeah, if it's like maybe I'll do 15 minutes, then 30, kind of dwindle down or whatever to my goal. But yeah, mornings and going to sleep earlier. I've been, which I've like been sleeping really well. Like falling asleep, I haven't needed to be like on my phone. I don't check anything. I just plug my phone in, turn on my alarms, and lay down and go to bed. And it's been so nice. I never like I usually like I'll put my phone on like sleep mode and play a game or checking, check stuff. I don't know. And it kind of makes me tired because it's black and white. But yeah, I haven't even needed to do that. I just kind of lay down and yeah, have slept. So yeah. Yeah, I really like it so far.
Good. I'm so glad you like it. I need to
Mhm.
get to the earlier time like you, especially for us Vatas. You're Vata, right? Your dosha?
Um, no, what are the other two?
Pitta and Kapha.
Yep, I'm both of those. I'm
Oh,
half and half. Mhm.
I don't know why I thought you were a Vata.
Mhm.
You're like directly half and half? Or is
I
like
think
one a little
I
bit?
think one is 9 and one is like 10 or something. I think that's the numbers. They're like right or whatever number it gave me. Or it's split in half. It might be like directly even. But like one is like I don't know. They're like kind of opposites a little bit, not opposites, but they totally speak to me because I do feel like so differently in like sections of my day. So it's really helpful. Like this is when I should like use my energy, this is when I should be like eating like this or what, it's kind of like, I don't know. I still want to like read into it more.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought that was so interesting that it was both.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Good trick.
Hmm.
Okay. I just thought of an awesome resource I might put in here. Then how would you like to hold yourself accountable to, oh, actually, sorry, let me back up. What time frame would feel really good to you in terms of sleeping, going to sleep earlier?
Mm, I think like I think a realistic goal because the kids go to bed at like 8:30, and so I think 9:30. No later than 10 for sure. Like 10 is the deadline to be in bed going to sleep. So kind of getting ready for bed around 9:30. Yeah, 9:30. Which is so hard because I'm like, my kids just went to bed. Now it's like me and hubby time to like watch our show, you know? So like one episode and then bed, which we did last night, and that was good. It was like a good time, and I wasn't like quite I could have stayed up, but I went to bed. So I've really been like trying to, and I was tired and I did go to bed. So, and I woke up great this morning. I got out of bed like before my kids woke up. So, and started like getting ready and stuff. So, hopefully, tomorrow when I wake up, I'll do like my routine, do a little yoga, and then start.
Perfect. Okay. So 9 and 10-ish. Okay.
And I think one thing that would help is if I pack the kids' lunches like because I like it fresh. I don't like making like sandwiches overnight because I don't like them like sitting overnight. I don't know. So I like making it that day. But I think the snacks, because we have little bento boxes that I pack them. So I think at least doing half of it, like most of it, and then making like kind of the main course, I guess, in the morning. But I think it'll help to do most of the prep the night before so I don't feel rushed in the morning. So I can do my yoga. I have time. I just have to like make one little thing for their lunch. So that's a goal too, prepping their lunches beforehand.
Okay. Perfect. So action plan is not wearing makeup, doing the skin routine, and then waking up around 6:30 or 7, doing yoga, intuitive clean eating, and then going to sleep between 9 and 10 and packing half or most of the kids' lunches the night before. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. That's perfect. And how will you hold yourself accountable to those 4 things?
An alarm and waking up to it and hold myself accountable. And I think like with the makeup thing, if I have like kind of a weakness, I think I'll just go to my husband because he says I'm beautiful all the time with no makeup. You know, if nobody else does, he says it all the time. So I'll just like, if I need a confidence boost, I'll just go like, tell me I'm pretty. Tell me I don't need to put this on my face.
Kayla,
Mm-hmm.
you're beautiful.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Mm.
Anything else to help you stay accountable, or do those feel complete?
I feel like that feels complete.
Okay, perfect. And I had a couple resources and a suggestion. Are you open to them?
Yes. I love
Okay,
resources and suggestions.
good. That's so good. I'm gonna leave a link in here, or actually, I'll just text it to you. That's
Okay.
gonna be way easier. It's about dosha types and sleeping.
Mm.
Like,
Ooh.
it shows like the times that dosha types are the most active and the times they would do best resting. And I think what else is in here? Yeah, it's mostly sleep stuff and the Ayurvedic clock. It's crazy how like certain times of the day is ruled by a dominant dosha. And so yeah, I'll
Mm.
just leave that in there if
Yeah.
you want to explore it and just play around and see, like, oh, it says, like, for mine, I'm supposed to go to bed at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. And I've tried that a couple times, and the few times I tried it, I felt amazing. And I loved
Mm.
it. And I was like, whoa, this stuff is accurate.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm excited. Cool.
Sweet. I'll send that to you. And then do you need any natural, I know you really like just a simple ointment, but do you
Mhm.
want to leave in your notes like any like real deal clean skincare brands that I like to use?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. One of them even has fruit pigmented makeup. It's like all clean makeup made with fruit. It's like my mascara is made from like
What?
blueberry.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so cool. I've been like oh my gosh, that's so funny. The last couple of days, like especially not wearing makeup, is like I'm like I don't even feel like I want to put my makeup on. Like it's cruelty free, all that, but it's still like I just know that there's something else out there and I can picture it in my mind and I was like I wonder where I'm gonna get that. Like where I'm gonna find like a different makeup brand. I literally had that thought today. So I was like, whoa. Trippy.
Yay, that's so perfect. I'm excited that you like the idea. And they're
Yeah,
all vegan and cruelty free also. And
good.
I'll
I
send
love
you a
it.
link to my favorite wellness blog too. One of my good friends, all she does is talk about the best clean beauty products and
Oh,
supplements and everything. Like yeah. We're not gonna go on a tangent, Cindy. Oh my gosh.
yay. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, you're welcome. And the only last thing was just an idea if you want to play
Mhm,
with it.
mhm,
Because I really benefit from a like intentional slow morning routine too. I
mhm.
scheduled in my calendar every weekday. I called it a higher self sacred time. It sounds a little
Mm.
maybe,
No, I
but
love
I
it.
basically thanks. Like carve out time to do my yoga and then 22 minutes of meditation and then journaling and then make food and then start my day because I notice when I don't start my day like that, I'm like rushed and stressed and not present and not grounded. So
Mhm.
if it feels good to you to make something like
Yeah.
that, like you could always play around with it. And
No, I like that a lot.
oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I'll send you all of this in a little mini text summary, the links and the
Yay.
suggestions, action plan summary. And then, yeah, last thing is what would you like to acknowledge yourself for today?
Um, being beautiful.
I love that. I
Yeah,
love that. You are
that's it.
gorgeous. It's one of the first things I thought of when I met you. I was like, damn, she's so
Really?
pretty. Yes. Woman, are you serious?
You.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, thank you.
you're
Oh.
welcome. You're very welcome. Well, I hope the next week goes really well and text me if you need anything.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love your face.
That was perfect. Thank you. I love your face.
You're beautiful. Okay, bye.
Thank you. You're beautiful.
Thank you.